The hi-hat is one of the core pieces of the drum set. In fact, many famous drummers have used just the hi-hat as an instrument for solo work. Check out Jojo Mayer or Max Roach as great examples. So for most of us, the hi-hat is part of that core of the drum kit that includes your kick drum, your snare drum, and your hi-hat. In an earlier video, I talked about the hi-hat clutch and how to optimize it so that it works for you and gets you the sound that you want. Today we're going to talk about the bottom cymbal, and specifically the hi-hat cymbal tilter. So the cymbal tilter is a device that's here on the bottom of the cymbal, and what happens is as you tighten that cymbal, there's a little metal washer, hi-hat bottom plate, that will raise the bottom hi-hat on that one side, and you can see that angle closing. And you can go as far as that screw has room to go. Mine will go up almost touch. So you can see you've got quite a bit of play as far as what that bottom cymbal will do. The question is asked, why would you want to tilt the bottom cymbal and how far should you tilt it? The answer to the first question is you tilt that cymbal to get the exact sound and feel and response that you want out of the cymbals. How much you should tilt it is very much a matter of personal preference, but there's a couple of things to consider. The first thing to consider is, are you primarily going to play the hi-hat open or closed or a mixture of both? Are you playing a lot of rock music or pop music and you're going to be playing the hi-hat primarily with sticks? Or are you playing jazz and the primary hi-hat sound is the chick of the cymbals closing together? All of those factors are going to help you determine whether or not you should tilt the cymbal and how far. But the one thing that I would recommend is that you at least tilt the cymbals a little bit to get rid of what I've always called an airlock. If the top cymbal and the bottom cymbal contact each other exactly on the edges, at speed, you won't get the characteristic hi-hat sound. What you're gonna get is sort of a deadened, almost chick sound, but it's not very loud and it's not a very good sound. Imagine two people jumping on a trampoline, and if they both hit the trampoline at the exact same moment with the same force, neither one of them goes up. They both just kind of die and they get dead legs. When you open the hi-hat, I'm just gonna release the pedal. You're gonna get a little bit of extra sound as the plates come apart because they're not coming apart at an even rate. They're gonna come apart over here before they come apart over there. And you might get a little bit of extra residual sound. Now, in jazz playing, whenever I play an open hi-hat sound, I never want to play just the top hat by itself. I always want it in contact. I always want it in contact with the lower cymbal. Likewise in rock playing, if I open up the hats a little bit and I want a nice sloshy full hi-hat sound, I want them in contact with each other. So a little bit of angle is not bad. If they're all the way flattened out at that point, you've got to keep the cymbals closer together, which can help with dynamic control. But you also have to hit a little bit harder so that they're forced into each other. So for me, the angle just requires me to not have to work as hard, and it gives me a lot more ability to control the dynamics with how much I'm moving the stick. So the lower cymbal tilter is a huge tool, something that you should absolutely experiment with and find out what works for you. I hope this has helped you unlock your hi-hat sound, or maybe discover some new sounds or new playing techniques that you didn't have in your arsenal before. If we helped you or saved you any time, please feel free to share the video. Thanks for being here.